As always for these tutorials, there is a demo first and then a full broken down tutorial. This is a no invert entry into crochet wrap. If you don't wish to do this entry, you can just straddle up and crochet your leg and then continue to do the drop.
This is one of my favourite ways to get into catches without inverting. It's probably one of the oldest sequences that I know. I don't even remember where or how I learnt it. I think I probably learnt this 15 years ago, and I haven't really seen that many people do it, to be honest. The prerequisites for this are definitely that you need to be able to do a hip hold like this with comfort. So if you haven't done a hip hold like this before, they are quite easy to get as long as your bottom arm is in the right position. So you're going with a thumb down grip, and you want to make sure that your arm is slightly behind your hip. So I do a catches on the right side, so I'm going to have my right arm low. So I have a thumb down grip, and I pull up with my left arm, pull the slack out, and I almost jump or hop over the top, like so. Feels like I'm doing a little baby cartwheel with my legs. My legs are just going to pop over onto the right, and then the left comes over like a little hip lock. From this position, with my hip, both my hips on the poles of the silks, I'm going to keep both arms locked out straight, and I'm going to move just my top leg out into a straddle. And when I'm here, this bottom arm is pushing even further underneath to make a little shelf for my leg to rest on, keeping everything completely straight. Feels a little bit like when you're doing Aisha on a pole, you need those like really good angles with your shoulders. So if you've ever done pole, that might help too. So we pop the leg over, I lean back, and it's just really this leg that does the work. From here, I'm going to fold my knee in between my elbow and the silk, and then push my hips down to the floor. So I teach this leg bit when I teach catches as well, and I give the image like for your head that you are picking up, you're stroking the inside of your leg and down your calf to then pull your heel to your bum into a quad stretch, and then flick the silk off. And it's the same idea when you're peeling that leg through. A lot of people try and like jam the foot through first, and it just looks awful. So to avoid that, we go with the knee first. And it's like a thread the bobbin. So you thread the knee through, I turn my hips to the floor so that my foot can pop through, and then I'm in a nice little pike position and my arms are still really straight. From here, I'm going to bend my left leg so that I can then crochet my right leg around the silk, pretty much in line with my top hand. And from here, if I push my hips really far forward, I don't really need to hold on with my hands. And that gives me enough space to bring my arms around so that the silk comes onto my left shoulder. So I do it a little bit higher. So now we're going from the floor into the air. You need to make sure that you stand up either on a French or a parcel climb. Get your arm down low enough so that you don't have to jump, like so. Arms stay straight, left leg is working, hips to the floor. Fold, and as I fold, I'm letting go of this hand because I need a little bit of slack so I can get my legs in. Push my hips forward, and the silk will be behind my right shoulder. Take it round, and then all I have to do is slide, and I will slide down, but I'm just slowly pulling that left leg out of the gap so that now I'm free to put my left leg on into catches. From here, you can go into any move that you like, but for this tutorial, I'm going to teach you this slack drop. I've found with a lot of slack drops, you need good leggings. But also you also need to make sure that when you do your slack drop, you squeeze your top leg so tight that the friction burns really hot. I ever so slightly, I mean by like an inch, open my top leg and then re-grip as I'm coming out of the bottom of the bounce from the end of the drop. And I find that way I don't shred as many pairs of leggings, but you do definitely need to vet your leggings before you do this, because they might end up with a hole in. So we're going to go into just the first leg wrap, so the crochet, and you're going to bring the silk around your back. So I'm using my right leg. So we're in our crochet. We bring the tail to the left-hand side, and then I'm reaching out with a long arm and a tight tail, and it's a thread the bobbin like we did with the knee. Thread the bobbin, let the slack slide through the bottom hand, and bring the arm out to the side. So the silk is now firmly in the back of my shoulder of my right arm and across my chest. From here, my left arm and left leg do all of the work, and it's that same thread the bobbin, and you've got to put 2 wraps on that leg. From here, I slowly bend my right leg into a catcher's. I'm not sure if you can see me very well. From here, this arm is going to come bent elbow through my chest, palm to my chest. As soon as my arm comes through through the silk here, I straighten my arm and I will slide into that slack. So to try and show you a little bit lower, the tail is out straight and it's thread the bobbin, push the right arm out to the side, and the right arm stays exactly where it is once it's threaded. The silk will come across in 2 bars across your chest, and keep pressing that arm back. It's really strong, so that your left arm and left leg are the only things that do the work. So we go into our non-inverted catcher's wrap. From here, take the silk behind the back with a straight arm. Thread that arm through, peel that leg out, wrap, bend the top leg, post that arm through, and let the slack slide out. And that's quite a nice slack drop to learn if you've not really done that many drops. It's quite a safe one. I would say learn the traditional slack drop first, which is on my other videos. Just call it a catcher's slack drop, and then progress to this one. It's quite dramatic, feels quite nice, and yeah, it's just a nice drop.